to them. The All-Seeing Guys. The All-Seeing Guys. With Greg and Joe. The All-Seeing Guys. The All-Seeing Guys. Greg and Joe.
Hello, welcome to episode 167 of the All-Seeing Guys podcast with Greg and Joe. I, of course, am Greg, and I'm joined by...
Obviously, Joe Jackson.
I unintentionally made my name sound like a creaky step then.
You did. I thought you were
like
just
I was,
it was like you were announcing a ghost house.
Like I was slowly stepping on like some stairs up to a shed, opening a door.
Greg.
Greg.
Or like you were slipping on ice whilst holding like a tray of drinks.
yeah, Greg. How are you, sir?
Yeah, man. I'm very, very good, thank you.
You're very good.
Yeah, I'm all right. How about yourself?
I'm good. We're Sunday afternoon.
We are
Bit of
just
recording
relaxing.
on a Sunday afternoon. Couple
Maxing-
of guys
maxing
recording
and
a
relaxing,
conversation
It
on a
ain't too
Sunday
taxing.
afternoon. Ain't too taxing. It feels actually like because we only recorded the last episode like last week, like we recorded it pretty close to it coming out, didn't
Yeah.
we? The last episode, so
Yeah,
it feels
yeah,
like
yeah.
we've like literally recorded very close. So
We very much
Before-
we work similar to that of the South Park creators. It's just kind of sort of
yes.
very small amount of time until the next one.
So I was like, because we recorded so recently, I was like, oh, I don't have many personal adventures to talk about, i.e. last time it was colonoscopy and something else, like just things that happened to me in general.
I mean, it's very hard to top colonoscopy, Greg, in all honesty.
I know, yeah, but you know, just usually I find the last few times we've sat down and recorded, we haven't even got to like content I've put together for the episodes. We've
Yeah.
just been talking about other shit. And I was like, oh, God, this morning, it kind of dawned on me, I don't have any of that because we recorded so recently. Nothing's really happened to me since then.
And I barely leave the house, so
there you
nothing's
go.
happened to me.
But thank God I popped into Kingston this morning. That's all I can say. Is all I can say.
It's
Because if I
it's
hadn't
heating
popped
up in
into
Kingston, isn't it?
If I hadn't popped into Kingston, I wouldn't be able to share this little interesting thing that happened today, which I already messaged you about, but it was pretty
Yeah,
insane.
I want to hear it again though because it's so fucking great.
Me, Lizzie, and Indiana, we arrive in Kingston. So on the bus, there's a family. I'm sure they're lovely. It's like a mum and her two kids. They're all fucking mental. Like,
I
they
love
are
it.
mental.
I love that. Just like I'm sure they're lovely is a great build up to you obviously insulting them.
Well, thing is, when I worked in Summerfield, they used to come in a lot.
Oh,
And
same
the mum,
family.
oh yeah, and her mum actually used to be, I wouldn't say like smoking hot, but she was quite pretty. And, you know, she was like, you know, you could see she was a struggling single mum with two out of control kids, and they
Right.
were out of control. God, I remember we found one in the upstairs stockroom once, and I'm like, how the hell did you get in here? Like. But I think the kids, they've all got some sort of problem. They all seem to be, they're all exempt from wearing masks on the bus. They all had their green lanyards. Like, do you remember when Lizzie first came on the podcast and we did the geese drop about the girl going, bitch, please? Like that,
Yeah.
we even called the episode "Bitch, Please" because I was
Hell
so
yeah.
amazed that I heard someone say to someone else, "Bitch, please." So
Yeah.
the woman she was saying "bitch, please" to is the mum of this family. She was the
Oh,
one
what a
being called the
fantastic
"bitch,
turnaround.
please." Yeah, little bit. So I've noticed she's been around the way pretty much, you know, majority of my adult life. I've always recognised her around. But they're a
She
pain,
says
they're
in-
annoying, they're just too much to deal with. They're always shouting, they're always loud. They're always just like, just get away, stop bothering me. Anyway, they got on the bus, and I was like, fucking hell, Lizzie, this is why we should have sat upstairs, because they instantly, the mum sat next to me, and instantly was just full-blown conversation.
Ugh.
I kind of turned my back to them and was just chatting to Lizzie.
Yeah.
chatting to Indiana, where poor Lizzie had the mum, the kid, the son, and the daughter all chatting to her at once about
Oh
different
God.
things. The mum's going on about COVID, the son's going on about football, The other one's going on about Lizzie's trainers, and Lizzie's just like, yeah. And you have at first you can hear Lizzie's being really good with it. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. And then you can see her just be a little later on, just being like, yep. Yep. I'm just like, fucking. This family are fucking so, and it was the whole bus ride. I was worried. They were going to stick with us when we got off.
That'd have been.
I was trying not to listen too much. I was trying to more concentrate on Indiana, but I should have paid more attention because I even asked Lizzie on the way back, "What are they even talking to you about?" She's like, "I don't know." All three of them were chatting to me at once.
That's too much.
Different areas of the bus. I had no idea what was going on. So we darted off the bus a bit early, and I was so relieved they didn't follow us off. I thought we were going to be stuck with them all day. Anyway, we get off the bus, and for those of you that know Kingston, there's like a little alley walkway that kind of goes round the side of JD Sports, and you come out between the Memorial Park and JD Sports and this little like market square area where we were heading because Indiana wanted to ride the carousel there.
Of course.
So we're headed there. Anyway, we're walking along, we're walking along, and then me and Lizzie are chatting, and I just look up, and there's literally an arsehole like a foot in front of me. And when I say an arsehole, I don't mean like this guy's a dick. A legitimate bumhole.
An actual
arsehole. An actual gaping, dirty, shitty arsehole about 2 feet in front of me, like spread apart. And I'm like, whoa, whoa. And this is like, oh God. And then I walked past, what the fuck was that? And I looked back, and it was obviously some homeless guy who was bending over picking up cigarette butts.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, why was I seeing his arsehole? It wasn't until he walked out that I realised that his tracky bottoms he was wearing literally only went up to his knees. Like he was wearing a kid's pair he'd found somewhere. They only went up to literally his knees. But and he had like really shitty boxes underneath. And he had quite a long like jumper, quite a long coat. So if you saw him stood upright, so the coat kind of covered his crotch, but the jogging bottoms kind of stop above his knees. So it looks like he has really little legs.
Yeah.
Like a long body.
I love that illusion. That's my favourite illusion.
To be fair, when I worked at Natterjack's, I used to put on double XL LRG hoodies, which were like a dress on me.
Yeah.
Zip it up and then pull my jeans right the way down to the bottom of it. And then that would be like my shins. And then like do the belt up. Like waddle around the shop. Hello.
Yeah. What's happening?
Brilliant. It's comical. It's brilliant. Less comical when it's this dude who's literally presenting his shitty gaping arsehole to you upon your arrival in Kingston.
It's something about little legs that are funny. I don't know what it is.
Oh no, I agree. But it was so weird.
That's fucking horrible.
Indiana didn't notice somehow.
Thank God.
We were both like, we were both laugh like it was funny.
Yeah, of course. Mate, I'd be so shocked at seeing an arsehole in public. I'd be like, it's so bad. It's so bizarre.
What a weird phrase, an arsehole in public.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't call the episode that because the last episode was abandoned.
We've done many a talk about arseholes.
We've really got to try and step away from dicks and arseholes.
I know we're approaching our 40s at post haste.
Yeah, for the title of episodes, and I try to avoid it always being dicks and arseholes, but unfortunately, that's the way our conversations usually end up going.
Yeah, you think people would be bored of it by now, like 167 episodes.
I mean, they might be. They might very well be.
They might very well be.
Yeah, but like the end of the episode, we're like, what the hell do we talk about? What we only seem to remember mentioning in arseholes or dicks. Like, oh, we'll call it this.
Standout bit.
Maybe we'll call the episode, we're not going to mention arseholes or dicks. Spoilers, we literally mention arseholes and dicks in the first 8 minutes of the episode.
That's it. I remember Maren saying to me about I think she was talking about one of the episodes we were talking about shitting. And then she messaged me and I said like, oh well, we'll probably won't mention it in the next episode. She was like, how can you not? Like you literally struggle to not go to the toilet during recording.
Exactly.
Like, I don't understand.
Yeah. She messaged me a few days before, she messaged me a geese drop, which I think I did in the last episode. But after the geese drop, she was like, okay, well take care. I hope your colonoscopy went well.
Yeah.
And I replied being like, oh, it did. You'll hear all about it in the next episode. And she literally replied being like, I'm sure I hear more than I actually want to. Goddamn right you will.
Yeah.
And just for that, I'm going to start posting pictures of it and tag you in them.
You will hear the lot. You will hear the lot.
I'll be like, hey.
Guess what part
Maren,
of me this is?
Maren, I'm going to send you a nude. stand by, and then start
Yeah,
sending her the
but it's
photos
too, like,
inside
it's
my
too
arsehole.
much. It's too
The
much
ones
of a
that means-
nude.
Yeah, my inside arsehole choreography photos.
Your naked anus. This is my rectum with no clothes on.
Here we are. I'm going deeper underground. Colonoscopy in this town.
Greg Armstrong in the flesh.
Gregor McQuire.
Jamiroquai.
Jamiroquai.
Stepping out of bounds.
Jamiroquai. Good old Jamiroquai. Well, didn't he turn out to be a bit crazy? What happened to him?
Not crazy. I never understood how he like could afford so many cars, and then realised how much his first album sold. And I was like, well, that actually makes sense.
He's like a massive petrol head, isn't he?
Yeah. He's an
absolute.
absolute
See him on Top Gear.
It's like Rowan Atkinson. It's like Rowan Atkinson, absolute gearing.
Yeah, gearing.
He just does a lot of coke.
Fucking gear. Remember that TV show? They tried to make like a car panel show. It was kind of like, they think it's all over, Mock the Week, whose iron is it anyway? And it was called Petrol Heads. And it was hosted by Neil Morrissey. His name is Neil Morrissey from Behaving Badly.
Everyone that you've just mentioned does not appeal to me. It's not an appealing lineup.
No, it was a terrible show. I don't think it only lasted. It had one series, I think. Only had one series, but he was the host. Who the hell were the team captains? Let's see if I can look it up. See if I can remember this. Was it called Petrol Heads? Petrol Heads.
Quiz.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry. Petrol Heads.
Just slipped it into second there, did you, Greg?
TV quiz. TV quiz. Petrol Heads. BBC Two panel show. British comedy guide. That must be it. Let's have a little.
Comedy's a strong word.
Me. Yep, so high-octane comedy collides with amazing stunts and car trivia in this fast-moving car-based quiz. Stars Neil Morrissey, Richard Hammond, and Chris Barry. That was it, Rimmer from Red Dwarf. He was a captain.
Chris Barry.
Yeah,
Did you say Richford Hammond, by the way?
Richmond.
He said Richmond Hammond.
Richard. Did I? His name is Richard Hammond.
It
literally says Richard Hammond. What did I say?
Richmond.
Then I said
You called him Richmond like it was a sausage.
So. Coming home for the summer.
I watched that show Phone Shop during the week after a conversation that popped up in a group chat with Chris and Bullen and Matt. And there's the episode in it. I'm only mentioning this because there's a great made up name that I'm really jealous we never did. And it's when Christopher, or Newman if you will, is on a date. And Janine turns up to ruin it by suggesting that she's his girlfriend and they're engaged and stuff like that. And the girl he's on a date with is just like, Christopher, what's going on here? And he's just like, Christopher, is that the name he's using at the moment? Is it? I've heard a lot. Like she lists us all these names, and then she's like, the Goose Man, and then she just says, and I wish we'd come up with it. She just says, Danny Chips. I just like Danny Chips.
Good.
Danny Chips
I feel like we have a Chips surname one somewhere. I could be.
I think we got Artisan Crisp, isn't it?
Artisan Crisps, yes. I was watching not a very good show, but I still watched all 3 seasons of it on Disney Plus to replace my bill fix at night time.
Are you done with the bill?
Oh, I've watched them all. It's done. When I say watched them all, probably not like the first 8 series. They're a bit too old for me, and a bit too like. This is just old racist police.
In comparison to the new racist police.
Well, it's less racist further down the line. It's all a bit, when like the 2008 era of the bill when it came to an end. But I was watching this show on Disney Plus, an English show. It was on in like 2015 called No Offense with Will Miller.
Okay,
he's a detective in it. a large woman who's a comedy actress that you'd recognise. She's been in like the thick of it and stuff. She's in loads of like British shows. You'll definitely recognise her. She gets naked a lot in this series. Which is weird.
Oh, really?
Anyway, a lot of British actors. It's a very British police show. And Newman from Phone Shop was in an episode I saw.
Oh, really?
And he was only in it for about 10 minutes. But I was like, man, this guy's a good actor.
He's really good.
He's a good actor. Like he was really funny. He was playing a salesman as well. He was playing a car salesman. He was actually very funny in like this 10 minutes he was in. And it did make me think, oh, maybe I'll rewatch Phone Shop because he reminded me of that was only literally like a few days ago.
Yeah.
So it's actually very strange to me that you've been like, oh, I watched Phone
Oh,
Shop.
mate, I implore you.
Because I literally was thinking about rewatching it because he appeared in this show.
Definitely.
No offense.
Definitely, and definitely try and get Indiana into it as well. Definitely rewatch Phone Shop, man. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
I
She
like
watches what?
I like the mentions of little Gary in Phone Shop, the character who's in prison. And there's that one bit right at the start where like a manager's turned up from a different phone shop and he's looking at the mural in their staff room and it's a picture of little Gary and it just says above it and he just goes, "What would little Gary do?" And he turns and he goes, "Well, I reckon about 7 years if those charges stick."
What's the two main guys' names?
What, the two salesmen?
Yeah.
It's It's Joanne and Ashley, isn't it?
So he was in Joanne was his name. He was
Joanne.
I watched the new James Bond recently, and he has like a really small part in it.
Really?
Like, but he literally taught me. It's in the trailer.
Yeah,
He plays like the security guard at the spy building, I guess.
Nice.
So James Bond comes in. He's been retired for years, and he's like, "Bond," and he's like, wait, I don't know what that means. What's your name, please? And the guy's like, "Oh, James Bond." He's like, "Thank you." That's literally it.
That's
it's
like
such a small part, but he's literally in it for like a minute, and then probably gets one of the best laughs of the film.
There is Christopher and Ashley turn up in that Ricky Gervais show Afterlife.
Oh yeah,
they're in the second season as they're mates of the therapist that Ricky Gervais has been going to, and they're all just a bunch of cunts. Like they're called their characters' names in it are called Ratty and the Nonce. And then there's a whole massive like explanation that the Nonce has many nicknames, and then he decides to like reel them up, and they're just fucking brilliant.
Nonce being the worst nickname.
Nonce, you'd think that, wouldn't you? But then he's just like. He's just like Growler, Prowler, AIDS, like
Growler, Prowler.
Yeah, Growler, Prowler, AIDS. Michael Parkin Bum is another one that's in there. Harold Shit Mum, that was another I liked. It's such an amazing scene.
Shit Mum, that's good. I like that.
Harold Shit Mum, yeah.
Harold Shit Mum. I think that's us all call up then.
Yes.
Sounds like we've had a busy few days.
Yes. Busy days watching Phone Shop and obscure detective shows.
I thought this episode would come out in December, but actually, no, we just make it. I think this comes out the 30th of November, so we're not quite into Christmas season yet. I checked. I mean,
earlier, we are,
this
aren't
episode
we?
drops
We are.
in.
It is.
Lizzie in Indiana put the tree up this morning.
Already?
Oh yeah, I was totally outvoted. All the decorations are up. I'm like, it's too early, but I was outvoted. Because Indiana's not going to vote against putting Christmas decorations up, is she? Like, so we put a bunch up last night, and then they did the tree this morning. And I was like, yeah, fine, whatever.
Were you just like, hey, wait, because you downvoted the idea, does that mean you didn't have to help?
Oh, I didn't help. No. I'd sat on the sofa and watched them do it.
Good lad.
To be fair, Indiana got up really early and was putting most of the stuff on the tree before Lizzie got up this morning. She
really?
Decorated half the tree, and she did a really good job of it as well.
Nice.
So yeah, our tree and decorations are up. I didn't help. I yesterday had to like sort out. Fucking got a bit boring for everyone here, but I'll get there. I had to sort out our garden yesterday because I literally haven't mowed the lawn or trimmed our tree since like August, and there's been so much sun and rain that our garden was just fucked. So yesterday I was like, right, I'm going to mow the lawn. And I'm mowing it, and fucking, it was so long overgrown. The lawnmower kept stopping every like 30 seconds, and I had to keep tipping it over and like pulling all this grass that was just clumped in the bottom of it. It was just jamming it. Unjam it, throw it in a bag, move it forward. 30 seconds later, stops again, flip it over. I was getting so angry, man. I was getting so angry. Anyway, I'm doing it, and all of a sudden, I'm like, God, something fucking stinks. I look around, and fucking, there's just smoke pouring out of the lawnmower.
No way.
Fuck! And I like unplug it, tip it over, and I'm like put my hand on like the bottom panel of it, and it's like, I don't know what I was expecting. It was fucking hot, and I was like, fuck! Like, and I'm like, I think it's on fire. And Lizzie's like, fucking unplug it. Don't you put it down so it could just like air out for a bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I still had like just over a quarter of the garden to go. And it was so fucking noticeable because it had been left for so long. I was like, I can't leave it like this. So I like charged the strimmer that you do the edges with that I borrowed off my dad. And I was like, maybe I can use this. No, that just made me really angry. I can't mow along with that thing. I knew
I'm
I couldn't,
watching you
but
transform
I tried
into
anyway.
Victor Meldrew. That's what I'm doing. This is what's happening now.
I was so angry. And then I was like, fuck it. When it stops smoking, I'm just going to plug the lawnmower back in and do the rest of the garden. Lizzie's like, fucking don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Tell you what, Joe, I did do it.
Yeah, I bet you did, mate. I bet you fucking did.
And I survived. And it did still, and I could smell it as well. I could smell the smoke again. And I was like, I need to finish it. But
heaven forbid that you listen to your wife. Like,
I know, and didn't do something that potentially could have killed me. And I kept stopping and tipping it over and just emptying it again, like trying not to touch the hot smoking part.
you are, that is, mate. I've figured it out. You are basically like a combination of Victor Meldrew and Tim the Tall Man Taylor. That is what you are. Just those two combined into one specimen.
Man, I got it done. Then I was like, right, garden's done. I'm gonna trim these trees back. Fuck it. I'm gonna like fucking scalp these fuckers, so I don't have to do it for ages. And honestly, man, today I am in fucking agony. Like I literally I'm so sore just from like these tiny little fucking shears I had. Just cutting the fuck. Literally, these trees are just now sticks. They were like huge hang over the fences. Now they're just like sticks sticking out. I fucking annihilated these fucking things. And I'm literally in so much pain. I can't even move my hand. Like today, I'm like, fucking hell, Lizzie, I can't move my hand, my arm, my neck. She's like, it's because you fucking did the whole garden for like 7-8 hours yesterday. Like, fuck. I'm in so much pain. So I'm very sore. And it hurts a lot, Joe. And it really hurt walking around Kingston today. And I'm quite glad to be sitting down here now chatting to you with a beer in my hand.
Well, you do have my sympathy.
I mean, you know, my fault. I did the garden.
Oh, well, I retract everything then. You're a fucking idiot. Gardening for 7 hours. What the fuck?
Let's go in a bit of geese dropping, where we heard snippets of a conversation heard by you or us, and read spaces talk about what people heard.
Yeah.
Fuck it. It's called geese dropping.
It's been going on long enough.
Having a listen.
Bit light in geese dropping. This episode, I only have one that I heard and one that Sam sent in. I heard mine at a toy fair I attended last week down the road, and I thought I'd get loads of geese drops at this toy fair. I didn't. It was actually quite, I mean, good for toys, but underwhelming for geese drops. But I did hear someone say this. I did hear this. I know people with fingers in the right holes. I don't know if that's what he meant. I think I know what he's trying to say. You know, like, oh man, he's got his fingers in many pies. You know, like lots of businesses, lots of opportunities. Yeah. I don't know if I know people with fingers in the right holes is actually how that saying should go.
Greg, what you should have done that is. I mean,
that's
your key moment to then walk over there and be like, I know a lot of people with fingers in the wrong holes. I had a colonoscopy the other week.
I have one of the right holes. Does your friend want to finger that hole?
Is it the piss hole? Is it the urethra?
That's the wrong hole. I know people with fingers in the right hole.
That's fucking great. He surely meant pies. He meant pies.
I think that's what he was trying to say, but Brilliant.
That's
fucking
great.
Brilliant. He wasn't saying it to me. I literally heard it. He was at the stall saying it to one of the guys
That's
buying stuff
fucking
from
great.
him or asking about stuff.
Also, Greg, I love that.
I just
love
imagined this guy.
Sorry, I love that that you going to a toy convention was below you seeing an arsehole in public. In regards to things that happened during your week, you were like, nope, scrap everything. Saw a fucking homeless man's arsehole today.
Well, like nothing can really.
No longer is.
The toy fair was great, but there wasn't really any stories to come back. You know, I could bore listeners and you guys by telling you the things I saw, but it's not very interesting, I think, for listeners.
No.
If this was a toy Star Wars podcast, my God, I could talk for ages about that.
We'll do a 2-part episode.
But there wasn't much like going on. It was, it was nice to meet some people that have backed the book and stuff. That was nice.
I love that throughout the day, you as I'd requested, you if you saw any wrestling figures from like the 90s, you have to take photos of them.
Oh,
and boy, did you, because you did not stop.
Oh yeah.
I was just like,
Charlie bought an Ultimate Warrior.
They came through like the first. You sent like 3 pictures through, and I was just like, oh, he's done it. And then like just throughout the day, and I was like, oh, he's taking this serious. Like this is, oh.
Well, because Sam was also messaging me, being like, yo, post some pictures. And if I didn't post any, because I didn't post one, then Sam messaged in our group again, being like, how's it going?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he wants more pictures. Here we go.
How's it going?
I can do that. So it really randomly funny happened. Sam was messaging me yesterday, and something, I'll see if I can find the message. Something I've always known, like, Sam's wife is also called Sam.
Yeah.
And it's not something you really stop to think about, because it's like Sam and Samantha. You don't really think about it. Anyway, Sam messaged me about a toy fair he was going to in January. And he listed it. He's like, oh, toy fair and exhibition. Me, Sam, and Callan are heading over. Callan's his son. And it's the one time I was like, me, Sam? He's Sam. Like, it really confused. Like, one of the rare times it really confused me. And then I was like, oh, he's confirming it's him. But why'd he be like, me, Sam? It's like me being like, hi, me, Greg. Like a caveman. And then I laughed. Then I laughed at how stupid I was being when I suddenly realised, oh yeah, his wife's called Sam. I'm being a fucking retard.
That's fucking great.
So I sent Sam this message. I've obviously known you and your wife are both called Sam. I'm sure you're also aware of this. But this is the first time I've read you list your family and actually stopped confused at me, Sam? Why is he clarifying his name? Me, Greg. Alas, the confusion was fleeting, and I laughed at my own stupidity. Sam generally replied, just being like lots of laughing emojis. Ha ha ha! I fell over laughing at this. Me, Greg. This has made my day. Messaged me this morning, first thing. Me, Greg. And I was like, you know what? I'm glad that I got Sam to laugh at that. It means there's still juice in the old having the same name as your wife gag.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you think they've been married, they've been together for like what, years?
Yeah.
He's probably heard it all. The fact that I somehow still managed to get a laugh out of there, I was like, even though it was more aimed at the whole me, Greg, me, Sam. You know, you can still get life, still squeeze some juice out of a long-standing joke that's probably hit that they're both sick of hearing.
Just ring the last droplets out of that joke.
All right, speaking of Sam sent us another geese job. This is more of a stupid things kids say. He overheard 2 kids at the train station. 1, are you okay? The other child replies, I've had a hot chocolate, so now I'm wired. It's like kids' coffee
Kids
world.
are so fucking dumb, aren't they?
Oh, I'm wired for my hot chocolate.
Oh, mate, I'm buzzing. I'm fucking off me nut on hot chocolate.
Buzzing from my hot chocolate.
I'm buzzing on hot chocolate.
Tree did send me something. If I remember correctly, I'm not sure if it was a geese drop or something she heard one of her kids say. I say, not really a geese drop, but one of the many questions my 12-year-old boy asks me. So, if someone is born deaf, what language do they think in? Interesting question. Now, I responded...
That's a fucking great question.
I responded with, I always think that about dogs. Oh, not. It could be any animal. It could be any animal, I guess. But I'm just thinking dogs. They're in the house with you and stuff. the dogs think, "Oh, I'm hungry," or do they think of just a picture of food? Oh, I need to eat now. Like, it's a really weird concept to kind of get.
I think animals is more
head
sort of
round.
like almost sort of like robot driven, where it's like, okay, well, it's like it's morning, better,
instinct.
Do
It's
some
instinct.
Yeah, I think it's more
isn't it?
instinct.
Like,
Whereas like, oh man, that's really fucking thrown me. What if deaf people don't have thoughts because they got no voice to thinking?
I think they do have thoughts. They're just like fucking drones. There's like a hive.
They want to think.
There's like a hive
They
mind
want to
of
think,
the deaf.
but there's no one there to like. It's just
there's like
quiet.
a hive mind, like a queen deaf person that like connects them all around the world.
Yeah.
Just sends out the images to them. Like,
yeah, it's like Dr. Xavier.
I mean, like last week. I mean, Lizzie's using the opportunity now because I'm podcasting to watch Strictly Come Dancing.
Okay.
Whereas last week I wasn't so lucky, and I had to sit through about 20 minutes or so of it. And they've got the deaf actress on there doing it, and she did her dance, and they did a bit in the middle where they cut all the music off and just put like the sounds deaf people hear, like a hum, and they kind of danced to that for like 30 seconds or a minute.
Okay.
And everyone obviously was like, "It's amazing."
I was gonna say, like, how does
incredible.
she know how does she know what she's dancing to, or is she not like fully deaf? She can hear like a little bit.
I think they can hear certain things. Like, I think it's actually quite rare to be like 100% deaf.
Yeah.
I mean, you might not be able to hear. You can usually hear some sort of muffled sound, I assume. So I've been told. If films about deaf people or anything to go by that I've watched or shows they've popped up in, usually hear some sort of muffling sort of sound. And like they obviously follow your lips and sign. So who knows? Who knows? But yeah, they did make a note. I wonder if that's why it's popped up in conversation after Strictly last week. Maybe a lot of people seem to now be wondering more about what it's like to be deaf. And it sparked a lot of topics and conversations. Hot topic right now being deaf, discussing it.
It's just trending on Twitter.
But yeah, how do you know? How do you know? Like Liz's brother, he's like pretty much deaf in one ear and has a hearing aid, but he didn't, know he needed a hearing aid. He'd been at school for years, and it was a point of, he's really underperforming at school. Then they find out, he actually can't hear anything. But you don't know that, do you? If that's the only way you've ever heard, you don't know you're not hearing.
Yeah,
correctly.
you just assume. I guess you would probably assume that everyone else.
This is what it's like.
Everyone else like heard the same way.
Yeah.
They're just like, so everyone else has only got like one ear that works.
Overrated. I can't fucking hear anything. This hearing's well overrated.
Yeah.
Can't hear a fucking thing.
I don't know why everyone's like shouting about all this music. I'm only hearing half of it.
Yeah. It's like I didn't know when I first got glasses I needed glasses because I thought that's how you saw. I mean, I'm not blind by any stretch of imagination, but I do need glasses to see long distance, and I just thought that's how you saw, slightly blurry. Like when I first put on glasses, like it literally blew my mind. It literally blew my mind that I could see that far away.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit. God, is this how people see? God, I've been missing out, I didn't get...
I've been missing out on seeing.
I was probably like well into my teens.
Yeah. I think I'm like the only...
I've been missing out on seeing. God, it changed in the cinema. I was like, fucking hell, the cinema's really clear. I always kind of got annoyed at the cinema because it always seemed slightly out of focus. It was me, not the cinema.
You were slightly out of focus.
I was the one out of focus.
I think
sounds like a sad poem or song.
It does.
And then I realised it was me out of focus.
Sounds like a dashboard confessional lyric. I think I was. In my immediate family, so my sister, my mum, my dad. I think I was the only one that didn't need glasses. But now I may be thinking, maybe I do.
Yeah. When would you last get your eyes tested? Probably many moons ago. Yeah, never. Well, there you go. Yeah, so you might be surprised. You might be surprised that you need glasses. I
can see everything around me. Like I can see like a meter in front of me. It's fine. I just pointed at a book that you can't see, just like, read that.
Yeah, I mean, I can see. I mean, if I didn't have glasses, I'd be all right. But I quite like wearing them. Sometimes it really complements the outfit for an evening
Greg,
out.
I'm not going to lie.
However, COVID kind of fucked it because masks ruin it.
I actually look really good in glasses, and part of me wanted to just to get some, but I didn't want to be one of those cunts that wear glasses when they don't need to.
Just like the empty frames.
Yeah, I just don't want to like those the 3D
frames,
glasses from the cinema with the fucking lenses pushed out.
Yeah, like the guy from Back to the Future too. Yeah. I literally, I mean, someone down the Cox. I mean, I wasn't a regular. I can't remember who this person was. Somebody down the Cox once accused me of being a poser and wearing glasses when I didn't need them.
Was it Josh?
I was like, "Fucking put them on and look for yourself, then." And he put them on and was like, "Nothing's changed." And I was so angry. I knew.
Oh, mate, that's probably his stubbornness.
Nothing's changed, and I'm like, "You fucking cunt." It wasn't Josh. I can't remember who it was. I can't remember who this person was. And I was annoyed.
I don't blame you.
Josh would accuse me of being a poser quite a lot, but I worked in fashion, so fuck it. It all changed when he bought an Obey hoodie. He was like, "Look what I bought."
Oh yeah.
I was like, "Haha. Look, looks like it's changed."
Oh my, how the tables turn.
Mine, how the tables have turned. Right, so I do have some new stuff. We have rattled on for quite a while
That's
already.
all right.
But I came across. I want to talk to you about this weird account I stumbled upon on Facebook
Okay.
recently. Hang on a minute. I've just had a message come through on Facebook. 9 times out of 10, that's a geese drop. Let's have a look. Who's it from? Oh, it's some Stu. It's some Stu. Good old listener of the podcast, Stu.
Stu Bailey.
This
is perfect timing.
After hearing the latest episode of the podcast, and the pub night out, this image popped in my head. What's that image? I don't even know what we're talking about then. There's a picture of someone from in between us getting a hand job.
Pardon?
And he sent me a picture of a Star Wars meme. Thank you. Not a geese drop. Thanks for getting involved though. Not a geese drop. So yeah, I found this. I was reading a news article about an assault in public in central London. A man just punched a woman in the face after she refused to give him her number.
Okay.
Like, there was more to it than that, but basically she wouldn't give him her number, so he punched her in the face because, people are fucking cunts. Anyway, I ended up scrolling through the comments. Sometimes I do that. I don't read the story. I see the headline. I'm like, don't give a fuck about that. But I quite like seeing people argue in comments.
Yeah, I just try not to too often because I'm still in one of those flat Earth groups, and it's all you see in there now. And it's really just like, and now I'm just really like bored with it. So I do try and avoid comment sections if I can.
Hear ya. So the comment I saw was this guy called Theo Oxford. And he put, "It's what happens when you listen to 50 Cent on Tupac. They got a song called B, Get In My Car. It's time to ban rap and make UK great again." And I was like, he's taking the piss, right? He's got to be taking the piss. Like I know. Obviously, I don't want to go too much. I know, obviously, the whole Astro World thing. Now people are saying things like that seriously. Ban rap's, the problem.
Yeah.
But this was before that happened.
Yeah.
This was actually him commenting on a guy punching a woman in the face in central London. And I'm like, this is going to be a piss take. So I went onto Theo's profile, and it's odd. He only had like 77 friends. And I'm like, oh, maybe it's not like a weird parody profile because it hasn't got any following. But then I started reading his posts from the previous year or so. Very little engagement, few comments. But the comments he does have are pretty angry and funny, like aimed at him.
Yeah.
I don't think people really know what's going on with this guy's profile or if he has any issues. I'm going to see if I can go to his profile. Here, Theo Oxford, Richie Rich. Let me see. I thought this might have taken me to his profile, but it's brought me to Facebook on Safari without actually being logged in. So let's go into the Facebook
that's awful.
app. Sorry, Meta.
Yeah.
Theo Oxford. Here we go. All right. Millionaire with capital M. Oxford graduate. Top 5 student of the year 3 times in a row. And the profile picture is just the University of Oxford logo. Self-employed. Went to London High School. Lives in London. He's got 78 friends now. He had an extra friend. Not me.
Is this your new Aaron Dale?
Right, so No, I know he's nowhere. Aaron Dale we'll talk about in another episode. He needs like a whole episode.
Should we do a whole episode about Aaron Dale?
I won't go into that now. I think I won't go into it now, but if you're on LinkedIn, search for Aaron Dale and he's a Harry Styles lookalike. You can't tell over the podcast that I was doing the quotation marks. But please do go have a look. But yeah, this guy Theo has really weird statuses. So let's go for one that obviously looks like a piss take. Okay, this is from July the 31st.
Okay.
Guys, bad news. I'm nursing a black eye. This morning was at a petrol pump topping up my 500k Ferrari when a man in a Honda pulled up near me. I looked at him, looked at my car, looked at his car, then looked at him again before letting out one of the most soul-destroying laughs I've ever done before saying, I'd rather die than be seen driving in that banner. I feel sorry for you underachievers. His eyes turned all teary and he started to cry. He was really hurt, lol. I just smirked and drove off. Little did I know, hours later, he would track me down outside a bar and proceed to smack me in the face. The little bastard was lucky people stopped it, otherwise I'd be in jail on murder charges. It's a weird status, right? Because you're like, oh, well, that's a stupid story. But then the end's weird. Why throw in that he tracks you down and punches you in the face and people stopped it? It just seems like an extra step on the lie that's not necessary.
Yeah, is it?
And then...
It's almost like a short story. It's like a short story that someone's written.
Yeah. But then you get to the comments and people are like, good. I'm glad he did that. You can't go judging people because of their wealth. Like, and I'm like, oh, so people think he's serious, and I like attacking him.
That's Facebook all over. Everyone thinks everything's serious on Facebook, whereas half of it is only bullshit.
But other people, this guy's like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear this, mate. I'll suggest buying the company he works for, so you'll become his boss. That'll show him. Like, so I'm like, is this just like rich people joking with each other? This guy, this person, this is like, I mean, this has to be an ironic account, right? Based on the fact you couldn't get one whole word without a grammatical error. Yeah, this guy does make a lot of spelling mistakes in his things. But people are like trying to figure it out. Like, one woman's like, this idiot's hilarious. Let's find another odd one. Here's an odd one.
It's like a character. It's like he's playing a character.
Ever. Like a nightmare. Like a nightmare. I was living in a 2-bedroom home wearing Primark, driving a Honda Civic. He's really got it in for Honda.
He does not like Honda, does he?
I was dating underachievers. Then I woke up. At first, I was sweating profoundly, then realised it was only a dream. I'm still a millionaire. For fuck's sake. Went to see a priest today for holy water, so I don't have nightmares like that ever again.
It's cringy. It's cringy. It's like, really fucking cringy.
Oh, it's really cringy. Yeah, I'm not... It's really cringy. But then again, people are like attacking him in all the comments. Like all this for 11 likes and 2 shares. What a sad bellend you are. Like,
it's a great point. It's a great point.
But but that's what I mean. It's more. But I'm like, is it, or is he doing this to wind up these reactions, or is he doing this? But this will piss everyone off, or does he think he is being funny? I just can't figure it out.
And bear with me on this. Is he saying these things because he knows he's going to get a reaction, which then causes internet traffic via his profile due to interactions? Yeah. And then maybe once he builds this interaction up,
I mean, probably
he changes the logo, changes the name. It becomes some sort of fucking page where you just advertise, I don't know, Ray-Bans for 80% off. Like, it's just. This is why I honestly, like, I don't post a lot on Facebook anymore. I don't really use it a whole lot because it's so shit now. It's just so much shit and bollocks.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Like, I couldn't, like, you saying about, like, and the original comment made about sort of rap and blah 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 blah, and the amount of shit I saw, like, people posting about the Astro World incident, which is fucking awful. And
horrendous.
as a fan of rap, it is fucking awful to see that then people... I've seen so many fucking people that have just been like, rap fans, just so you know, this is how you should behave at a concert, and then show like fucking
Oh,
metal
God.
gigs and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, fair dues, right? Yeah, all right, sweet. But, like, that's such a dickhead, like, gatekeeper fucking behaviour. And it's just like, oh, I can't.
I agree.
It made me. You know what? I realised that like when I was sort of 14, 15, 16, I was like in the grunger fucking camp. I
was free ages.
I'm not anymore. I'm not in the grunger camp anymore. Grungers can go and fuck themselves and goths, and I'm over on the chav side now. I'm on the fucking chav
I hear
side.
that. Yeah, I definitely left the metal side a long time
It's
ago.
fucking. I just think
I
it's
still love
such
it, but
like
I'm not definitely in one camp of music.
uppity fucking bullshit. Like you think that like accidents haven't happened at fucking metal gigs? Like fuck off. Also, I've been to like many rap gigs, and it's been fine and fun.
Yeah, we've performed rap gigs. It's been fine.
I've enjoyed half of them.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to read one more post from this guy.
All right.
One more. There's so many to choose from. I find all of them quite intriguing. Literally, one of them is talking about trying to find a woman to bear his child. Like, moment of truth. Moment of truth. A lot of people ask why are the spies underachieving Primark wearing women. Well, it all goes back to when I was 16. I accidentally walked naked in the ladies' locker room at my local gym to find a bunch of cheerleaders there who started heckling me, saying I had a small weapon, and they all started joining in laughing and stuff. I ran out the room in tears. That night I couldn't sleep. I was so depressed, I started to smoke green to relieve the pain. Then a few weeks later, I found out one of the cheerleaders started a Facebook group called Theo Oxford is a Baby Carrot. I joined the group to see what it was all about, and I was devastated to find out they were all mocking me and my crown jewels. That was it. This was my villain origin story. Decided then, no matter what happens, I will never date underachievers who shop at Primark because they're all mean and horrible.
I'm just gonna. Sorry, what's his first name again? Sorry.
Theo Oxford.
Yeah, Theo Oxford is giving off.
There's a couple. He's got a couple of accounts.
Theo Oxford is giving off Kyle Rittenhouse vibes. Just fucking white.
Right. Okay.
Just fucking white dude. Mate. None of this seems right. None of this. I am currently.
Oh, it's not true.
Nah, like.
But again, the first comment on that status is someone being like, "Why do you post this ridiculous crap?
Yeah.
Are you okay?" Like,
I'm just typing.
and everyone's just like generally like this guy's post cracked me up. This guy likes him. Other people were just like, "It's so sad of all that money you can't buy yourself a bigger carrot." Like,
I just typed in Theo Oxford baby carrot and nothing comes up on Facebook. That's a shame.
But there's like two like Theo Oxford accounts. There's like another one. Like, yeah, there's Theodore Paul Oxford Edward, which is the same guy because it's the same profile picture. But then there's a Theo Oxford Kazoo. There's loads of Theo Oxfords. Another Theo Oxford here.
It's very bizarre.
Fuck, insane.
Very bizarre.
Guys, if you're more interested in seeing these bizarre people on Facebook, we know they're out there. This guy just threw me off because he doesn't really have any following or anything like that, and he's just entertaining himself, I guess. Or is he like we know a few people like this from like the Fighting Cocks and such who like have multiple accounts and just post ridiculous shit to try and get reactions out of people.
Mate, I've just been on his page. I've just been on his page and I've just seen the last post made on the 9th of 9th of November, and it is a picture of a woman. That's all I can say. She's an attractive woman, and it just says here, just came across this woman on YouTube. Her name is Jada Franson. Her beautiful, smart, attractive. Very beautiful, smart, attractive, alluring. Gotta say, it was her marvellous speech which won me over, plus she is clear about what she wants without being aggressive. I think I'm in love, and I want her so badly. Here's the deal, ... Listen, if you can manage to get me this outstanding woman's number, I'll give you 100k in cash. No joke. I'm off to watch Titanic because it's what people do in love.
And somebody literally has replied with a number.
Yeah. It's fucking phenomenal.
Like, loads of numbers. Some person's given a number saying, "Don't worry about the 100k. Enjoy, old fruit."
Yeah.
Somebody else has given another number. "Here you go, old bean. Just give the money to those peasants that truly need it in life." And one person just simply put, "Creepy."
Creepy, yeah, creepy. Oh dear, that's entertaining. Have you sent like a friend request?
No, I've not engaged in any way, shape, or form with him. You know what's really sad about my life now, Joe, is that I get quite a lot of friend requests, but they're all those fake fucking sex app friend requests. Like, it's all like, I haven't had a legitimate friend request, I don't think, well, I had a couple of people from like Star Wars groups add me, like, but you know, very like, you know, a good few months back, but they're very rare. Majority of the time, it's all these fucking sex app ones. I don't even click on the profile now. I just see the name, and I'm like, really?
I couldn't tell you the last time that I got a friend's request. Could not tell you. Yeah. I could tell you the last person. It's Rob Walls, who we know from that. He used to be in the Q-Tones.
Oh, right. Did he add you? That must have been a while back.
I'm not. Yeah, maybe. Oh, James Urte as well. After. Yeah, I mean, I've had 2 this year, but like it's been a while.
Wow.
3. Sorry, no, 3. Because Tree added me as well.
Oh yeah, Tree. You know what? Tree is probably the last legitimate one I had. I'd say as well, maybe.
But yeah, it's.
So.
I mean, but do we give a shit?
No,
I can't say.
But I'd rather not have. I'd rather not have the constant sex.
No fair dues. But I mean, like, you think about, like, obviously when we used to go down the cocks all the fucking time, you'd meet a new fucking person every week, and you end up on their fucking friends list. Don't give a shit anymore. Like, I don't give a flying fuck.
Meet a new person every week. Come meet a friend every week. That is good. Yeah, I mean. There is sometimes that nice surprise of, this person I haven't spoken to.
That's just the colours playing with your fucking dopamine levels, Greg.
No.
Don't worry about it. Like, it was the same back in the MySpace days when you'd log on and you'd have new photo comments, and everyone was like, "Oh, fucking yes! Give me those comments."
I saw somebody on screenshot something on Twitter. It was somebody writing a post being like, "Oh, they should let you on Facebook." Like, have a song you like, your favourite song playing, and he will visit your profile. How amazing would that be? And then somebody retweeted it, just being like, we're now at the stage where young people don't know about MySpace.
Oh no,
like,
that's
it's
a fucking terrifying.
Now they're wishing stuff was MySpace.
Oh mate, me on MySpace was the vainest time of my life. It was it's hideous. I had to delete that whole fucking my whole profile and everything. I can't look at this.
Barely on MySpace. I only made a MySpace because the girl I was just started seeing at the time lost her phone, so I couldn't text her. And I was going out, but she's like, "We'll make a MySpace, and you can message me on that because I could be at home on my computer on MySpace, and you can message me from MySpace on your phone." So that's literally the only reason I made a MySpace. And I remember I put a quote from Firefly/Serenity on there. Oh, Serenity. Shows how old that film is as well. And it was them saying, "I aim to misbehave." And everyone thought I'd written, "I aim to masturbate." Like, people's initial reactions. Like, why does it say I aim to masturbate? It says misbehave. Does that mean wank? No, it's my film.
I'm not gonna lie, Greg. Sounds like a Harry Potter quote to me. But
my MySpace.
Mate,
it's definitely not a Harry Potter quote.
I remember when I
haven't watched or read a Harry Potter.
This is going back a good 5 years now, or maybe even longer. I did remember
mate, a good 5 years or a bad 5 years?
It's I did remember my logins to MySpace, and I logged back in, and I was just like, oh my fucking god, it was horrible. It was fucking awful, man. One of the worst things ever. I was just like,
Sorry, your love of what? You cut out then. Your love of what?
My love of what? I logged back into my MySpace.
Oh, logged back in. Sorry, you cut out. I thought you said, "Oh, it reminded me of my love of," and then you cut out. Right? Okay, I hear you.
Yeah, it was fucking bad, man. Ugh.
Yeah, I don't even know if I could log into mine or if mine's even there. I think I might have deleted it.
I definitely did after this. I went through the inbox.
I remember trying to.
I was like, oh god.
Oh Jesus! I remember trying to sell Pete on Facebook. 'Cause a lot of people were like, "Why do I want Facebook? I have MySpace." And I remember trying to say to Pete, "Oh, you should go. I'm on Facebook. Come on Facebook." And Pete was like, "Why do I want on Facebook? I'm by MySpace, Greg. I literally have 50 cents head that rotates. Why would I want Facebook when I have that?"
That's a great argument. It's a great argument.
Fair point, Pete. It's a great point. Pete, I hope you remember that. I'm sure
That
you're
is a
listening.
great argument.
Because I was like, I can't argue with that.
makes me-
Rotating fucking 360, 3D.
You can't.
Curtis
There's no debate. That is a settled argument. I was like, you know what? You're right. I do remember because at the time I was.
Whereas the girlfriend Sorry, we both spoke of it, show. Skype is throwing the
We got like a 5-second delay at the moment.
I do remember the girlfriend I mentioned previously that I joined MySpace for. She fucking, went onto her
That's such a
Facebook page,
shitty fucking sentence.
I know.
I joined MySpace for you.
I joined MySpace. It played a fucking Panic at the Disco song. Like, as soon as I landed on it, I used to it used to piss me off so much. 'Cause I fucking hated that band. I used to mute my computer before going to her page so I wouldn't have to hear it. And if I didn't mute it and it came on, I'd be like, fucking hell!
Oh,
damn you!
Oh man, I used to.
I don't think I ever went as far as setting up a song on mine.
Oh mate, I had. What did I have? I had Cosmic Gypsies by Brain Tax, Task Force, and Jess playing. Just whenever you went on it.
Sick.
I just that's right. I like hip hop now.
I thought finish off the episode rather than end on us moaning about MySpace. This has been sat on my list of things to bring up for a while. Is something fun, something fascinating, some fetishes here. A list of fetishes that women have turned down taking part in. Now,
Prude.
I always see these articles and I'm like, this would be great for the podcast, and I save them and don't really read them until we do the podcast.
So is this going to be us? Is this going to be us saying whether we would or wouldn't participate in this fetish?
Well, I'm not sure. So this is actually quite a recent article as well. This is only September of this year, but it's basically we've rounded up 18 weirdest fetish requests that women of Reddit have turned down before. Okay. So, some of these I don't think are that weird. Number one, I had a good friend from work asked me to strangle her in the girls' bathroom until she passed out. She promised to come back to life, said it was one of her fantasies to get strangled by a co-worker. I said no. Kind of makes sense.
That's, you know what, I can understand it. No, because also that is,
if you like being strangled during sex.
It's there's nothing too wrong with a hand around the neck, but you got from that approach is right. Number one, at work, that's a red flag, because that's straight to HR. She's got you fucked over a barrel, mate. Just I was in the toilet and then he just broke in and strangled me until I was unconscious. You're fucked. That's you fired. That's ain't no one believing your side of the fucking story.
Yeah.
Outside of work, I'm totally down.
Yeah, but in fact, she's strangle me until I pass out.
Yeah.
But I promise I'll come back to life.
I will.
You can't promise that. That's how people end up in fucking.
You tell me the right things. I'll choke slam you down an alleyway. Don't worry. It's fine.
He wanted me to stop taking birth control so he could make me pregnant. Not because he wanted a kid, he just wanted me to be visibly pregnant because he's turned on by pregnant women.
Yeah, that's a no from me.
I've met a few people in my time who are...
turned on by pregnant women?
Who have told me how they get really aroused by...
really?
How they just think it's a beautiful form and shape and... Whereas I'm like, I get it, sometimes very pretty, but... the thought of when Lizzie was pregnant, I was like, especially later on, I don't know if we can have sex, Lizzie. I don't want to lie on the belly. On your belly, it's freaking me out that I'm going to lie on it. What if my dick pokes our baby?
Oh, all the classics.
Works, but it's just stupid.
All the classics.
I know I met a girl, an ex-girlfriend of mine, another ex-girlfriend, not the same one. She worked in a shop similar to Natterjack's, but not. and I know you think I'm talking about Tat. It's not Tat. She worked. It wasn't as.
I mean, no
street as
judgment,
Jack's.
Greg.
Anyway, I met her boss, and she told me the story of her boss, how he was in love with this woman on the island, and she was like way out of his league, but he never gave up, and he eventually won her heart, and he got to marry her, got her pregnant, had the whole like the whole dream romantic comedy sitcom comes true. He gets the hottest girl that he never thought he was out of his league. They marry, they have a kid. They had a kid, and he was suddenly scared of her vagina. He basically was like it kind of fucked their relationship, because he was like, oh, I don't want to put my dick where my child has been.
That's weird.
And he couldn't really get his head round it, and it ended. I don't know. I mean, this is years ago, but as far as I understand, it kind of fucked things for them, because he was like, oh, I can't be with her. My child came out of that vagina. How can I put my penis in that now? I can't. And it's such a weird.
Do you think that's like a
process. And I don't know, that story always stuck with me. Like, it's always stuck with me, because then he kind of ended up like getting everything he wanted, but then kind of fucking it at the end. He's like, oh, actually, I can't. Well, not fucking it, as the case may be. Like,
is that just like male postnatal depression, or is that just
maybe?
Because if it is, it's fucking
I didn't
backwards.
have that problem after Indiana was born.
That's you were diving right back in there.
Hell yeah! Is it out yet?
It's out yet.
Like in hospital, like in the theatre. Is it out? As soon as they show me drop the curtain and show me this bloodstained kid, I'm like, great. Step aside.
No. Keep her legs where they are.
Yeah, she's got the epidural. She's not feel anything. So.
Oh dear. Oh no.
No change there then. Anyway.
Oh dear. Oh god.
Right. Another woman was asked to do a handstand. Just say you want to see my tits. Don't make me do that. Okay, that's fair enough. One that Joe's not gonna like. He asked me to change his diaper. Dude was in his 50s. Not my thing. My ex had a fetish for balloons and wanted me to bounce on one until it popped.
Okay.
I don't judge people's fetishes, but like, there are sometimes I try and be very open-minded and not judge, and I'm very interested in hearing things like
judgment.
this. But there are some where I'm just like, how did
you come to this conclusion?
Yeah, were you just thinking
At
about
what
balloons,
point?
and then one day you saw someone sit on one and was like, actually, that has got me pretty
At what
fucking
point
hard.
in your life did you realise that
That
this is what
balloon.
makes you come the hardest?
Oh man. Having my ex-boyfriend watch me through the phone when giving him a blowjob, using a Final Fantasy cat ear filter on me. I was like, what the
Christ.
fuck?
Fucking hell.
To be fair, how many profile pictures and Instagram pictures and selfies do you see of people now that rarely don't have a filter on them?
Now, I get where you're coming from with this, but I look at those and I don't think, God, I want to just grab those dog ears and fuck the mouth off her. Like,
I mean, I don't mean with dog ears, but you do get the ones that are like the weird eyes and the rosy cheeks. I always see those.
Does nothing for me. Does nothing for me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't want to be like, Lizzie, we're going to have sex. By the way, I'm going to wear my phone on my head in front of me so I can see you as a Final Fantasy
Also,
character.
I'll be in selfie mode wearing this MF Doom mask for most of this time. With Meat Grinder fucking playing in the background. Doo-dun-dun, doo-dun-dun.
Now this sounds interesting. I had some guy literally ask me to punch the absolute shit out of his chest. Like he literally liked to be hit hard. That's a no from me. I'm not trying to MMA some dude mid-fuck.
I mean, fair, but like, I've been punched in the face, as I've mentioned many a time during, and it's fucking
Likewise.
great.
Not in the chest though. Not in the chest.
I prefer
being
the
punched
face.
in the
In
chest.
all honesty, it's
I don't want to like not be able to breathe. It's not a good look.
no,
during
it's
sex.
not. It's also when you start making that noise, like when that video of the lady who's crushing grapes and then she falls and makes that horrible noise. Like you don't want that. You don't want that.
No, you don't want that.
Yeah, I'd rather. Yeah, I'll take like a.
Oh yeah, I'm all. You can be a bit heavy-handed in sex,
Absolutely.
of course you can, but I don't particularly like the idea of being punched in the chest.
Face, bring it.
You know, I don't have. I like to think I don't have tits to slap.
I will say this as well. I'm not taking a kick to the bollocks.
No,
that's gonna ruin the mood. That's gonna ruin the mood.
Stop
you
everything.
better have some. You better have some fucking techniques to bring me back from the dead after that one.
Yeah. And I mean, but I can't. You know, but if that's the case, you just be like, oh great, well my fetish is kicking you.
No. Kneeing. It'll be a knee.
So you do me, I'll
do an
you.
elbow drop you right in the labia.
Yeah. You do me, I'll do you. I once had a guy ask if I could fuck his dad while he listened from another room. I thought he was joking and laughed in his face. He was not joking.
That's a hard one for me to act out if I wanted to get into it, in all honesty.
Well, yeah, but at least that's like... It's dark. It's dark. But it's also like... I don't know if I could be with Lizzie if I knew she'd fuck my dad.
Too weird. I remember like years
things...
and years ago, there was like in the newspaper, it was the unfortunate time in my life where I was purchasing The Sun.
We've all been there. Retail days, where like shop, fashion retail management days.
Yeah, there is. But there was one day, you know, like the middle of The Sun, the centre page is usually like a 2-page article about just something that they're on about. The one of them was one day. It was like, I swear, it was like a Dear Deirdre special, and it was interviews with a man whose girlfriend had left him for his dad. And they interviewed him,
I remember that.
They interviewed the girl and his dad. And it was, mate, I was fucking hooked on that. There was no, like, Dear Deirdre explanation. Because, how could you explain anything?
No.
But, mate, it's fucking mental. I'd be fucking angry.
That is mental, isn't it? I mean, there's also been, like, women have left them for granddads and stuff. Like, you know, vice versa. Probably men left for grandmas. Like,
granddads.
Not putting all on women.
Trees. Pirate ghosts.
Oh, yeah. Next one here. I had a date pick up my foot and start rubbing it in the restaurant without consent and complimented me on my elegant arches. I noped out of there pretty quickly.
I like that. That's a great phrase. I noped out of there pretty damn quick.
I noped out. That is odd. That's a creepy thing to do, guys.
Yeah. Not in public.
It's a creepy thing to do. Grabbing some woman's foot and just start rubbing it. I know you're on a date, but still, like, that's pretty odd. I remember George. Remember George? I'll make
Ezra?
George. George, yeah, you know, oi, George. Yeah. Oi, George. I don't know if you remember his the girl he was with. In fact, I don't even. When I first met him, he was with this girl. I can't remember her name. He was with her for years. I always remember him saying how they had been in Tesco's.
I will say this, George is up there in the sense of handsomeness with Ben. I'd like to see them I'd like to see them two together in the same place. But it sounds dangerous for the amount of wetness. Strangely enough,
not in a sexual way, but he did pop up in my dreams.
He was fucking your dad.
I think he was playing like racquetball, like squash.
I can imagine that.
Another one when it bounces against the wall.
Squash.
It bounces against the wall and back. He was playing that. Maybe he posted on Facebook, and that's why I dreamt about it. But he was playing that, and I just walked past and happened to see him.
I could see George playing squash.
Well, I've seen him coming out of the YMCA gym in Surbiton when I've passed on the bus a few times, but I've never seen him when I'm walking in Surbiton. I only see him in Surbiton when I'm passing through on a bus or in a car. Never when I'm actually on my feet on the ground, so I can be like, George! It's always when I'm in a vehicle. But anyway, I'm sure if I messaged him, he would be like, hey, dude. Anyway, his girlfriend at the time, I remember they'd just been to Tesco's, whatever, and he basically was like, oh man, some guy was following us around the aisles, and eventually he came up to us, and in front of me, and they were friends, not just him and his girlfriend, there was a bunch of them. He came up to his girlfriend and basically was just like, I just need to tell you that you have like really beautiful feet.
Oh no.
And I think he asked to take a picture of him. Basically, they were like, oh, no. I mean, at least he asked, rather than it's still creepy, rather than try and sneak a photo. But they have the balls to do that though. Like, just to go, the fact he was with him, She was with George, and like wasn't just them two. There was like a group
Yeah.
of them to have the balls to go up and do that. Could you imagine if it wasn't feet? Like, if you like the group. Oh, sorry, you got such beautiful breasts. Do you mind having a picture?
No, imagine if they turn around and be like, "Yeah, go on." No.
Like, that's a
That is insane.
Yeah,
That is
an
insane.
interesting one. Right, okay. A whole. This one's quite long. Holy shit! I had a guy tell me he wanted to nail me to a cross. We were talking about what we were looking for in Tinder, and he told me
crucifixion is what he was looking for.
He was looking for a woman who shares his fetish in order to marry him. I was curious and asked about the fetish, which you're obviously going to do, and he told me that he wants to crucify me with actual nails through my hands and feet. After I took him that wasn't my thing. I think she means told him.
Yeah.
Spelling error there. I told him that wasn't my thing, and he tried to convince me with the argument that's all my fetishes were pretty much. That all my fetishes are pretty much the same. So all his fetishes involve being nailed through hands and feet.
Fucking hell.
Weird. That's not a
It's
fetish,
not, no,
though, is it? 'Cause,
that's.
I mean,
violent.
there is an element of pain and maybe some torture to certain fetishes, but legit being nailed through your hands and you're literally being disabled.
I get
like I would be made disabled with nails and a hammer.
If I'm
please.
preparing myself and watching a porno, and if I see a nail even so much as show up on screen, I put my penis away. That's fucking terrible.
And if maybe I'm mistaken here, I always thought the best way to crucifix was actually through the wrist, not the hands, because the hands will just rip.
That's what I've been told as
so,
well.
So he's not even fetishing wrong. He literally wants to like destroy.
Also,
her
it
hands.
means all those Jesus jokes are just redundant.
Oh, there you go. Yes. Right, next one. A guy I met online wanted me to burp on command for him. I mean, that's pretty funny. I can belch like a man 3 times my size, but it's not something I can control. He was so demanding about it. He kept persisting me to send him an audio recording.
he's always just like, just make sure that you've got a bottle of Perrier in the fridge at all times, ready for my request.
That's
will
do it. And one of the ex-girlfriends I mentioned previously was a horrendous burper and farter. I mean, it was hilarious, but like the loudest burps, like to the point it was like Barney for like the lips, like such big burps to the point when she would burp. I remember she would like burp in her room, and you'd literally hear her mum downstairs like, "Is that you disgusting?" It's so loud, and massive farts and stinky farts. Jesus Christ, man! When she farted on the car once. And her brother is driving. Literally almost crashed the car because it was gagging so much. Literally, fart almost killed us. A classic here. To defecate on them.
Nah.
I said no. That is a classic.
And it's a classic no as well.
Yeah,
it's a
I still
classic
regret
no.
not shitting on that girl that
really?
asked me to. Yeah, not because of the sexual element, just because it would be quite.
Just to say you did it.
If I right now was like, oh, I shit on a girl once. Great, that's good podcast listening, but unfortunately, the story of I was asked to but didn't.
Yeah, I guess you're right, but like I
don't know if I could have possibly have gone through it. But if there was a girl I could have shit on, it would have been her. Not to be horrible to her, but because she was definitely a girl that kind of took my hand and showed me another world of sex.
I can show you, the world.
Yeah, she was like the second girl.
She was the Aladdin of kinks.
She was, man. No, she was the second girl. She was the second girl I ever slept with, and she, literally, like, broadened my horizon, my young teenaged horizons.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
we've all been shown some stuff.
We've only got a couple left now. Dated a guy in college who had a quicksand fetish. Right. I don't even know how that would work. Also, where does quicksand even exist? I live in the Midwest, USA, so I obviously turned it down. How would that fucking work?
You'd have to.
Has he got his own sand
I
pit?
I don't really know. I don't really understand the science behind quicksand. In all honesty, I thought it was just wet sand. I don't know.
That is a weird
Don't know,
one,
mate.
isn't it?
No,
dated this one CEO, and he wanted me to humiliate him before and during sex. I noped out of there. Not my jam. I mean, that's a pretty standard one, humiliation, especially for people in high power like CEOs.
Yeah, it's a weird.
Them.
Yeah,
they're usually the ones that they're usually the ones that like
well.
having high heels stamped on their bollocks and shit. Yeah. Like fucking getting slapped and bollock stamped.
Bollock stamped.
Slapped and bollock stamped. If I was trying to avoid dicks, that would be a good podcast title. Slapped and bollock stamped. Too many. Last one. He asked, unprompted, if I'd want him to come in a glass every day for a week and store the glass in the fridge so I could drink it when I saw him next. I declined, as I don't think I saw him after that. Turns out he was a little unhinged.
A little, just a small percentage of unhinged. I'm going out on a limb and saying that I would, if given the options, I would rather drink fresh semen than preserved semen.
Then preserved, refrigerated, multiple Siemens as well, like every day.
Fucking
like
rank.
Every day.
Mate, I'd rather try and circumcise myself. Oh, hi, Indiana.
That is pretty fucking. Oh, God, scared me. I was like, is she behind me? Hello, she's waving it. She's waving at Uncle Joe. Say hello, Uncle. Hello, Uncle Joe. Shout hello, Joe.
Hi.
He's saying hello to you for the headphones. Ah, hello. You got it just for the end of the podcast.
Great timing.
Great timing. Have you been watching Strictly Come Dancing downstairs? Was it good?
Awesome.
Yeah? Oh, high fives. Thank you. Watch out with the steady. I've got loads of cuts and scratches all over me from cutting these trees as well. She's freaked out by a load of my cuts. I've literally got like massive gaping holes on my thumb, and she's like, she forgets, she's touching my hand, and she sees it, and she's like, oh!
That's Greg's gardening kink.
Yeah, that's my gardening. He asked me. He asked me to.
He asked me to mow he asked me to tidy my garden up for 8
scalp my
hours.
tree. Yeah, he asked if he could scalp my tree for 8 hours and set fire to my lawnmower and keep using it.
Weirdest. That wins in weirdest kinks.
What a weird guy. I say it brings us to the end of the episode. Nice to end on a little list again.
That's given me plenty of ideas for
artwork.
artwork.
A lot of fun. There's a lot going on there. Yeah, we have to obviously find some that doesn't involve dick or ass. We'll try and find a decent kink in that list to use for the artwork. I think maybe if I was to quickly scroll through, I think one of the most standout ones had to be. I don't even know what the standout one would be, John. With you,
yeah,
we'll figure it out. But yeah, that was a good episode. I enjoyed that.
Always
once
a pleasure.
Again. As always,
always a pleasure.
We
haven't been doing this for 6 years because we hate it.
Exactly. I said today, actually, on the bus coming back from Kingston, we passed the Kingston Grammar School, and there was a big banner outside basically promoting the Kingston Royal Borough of Kingston podcast.
Ooh.
And I said to Lizzie, I was like, it's insane that there's now like just podcast advertisements everywhere, where 6-7 years ago, I literally spent all the time explaining to people what the fuck it was. Well, there we go. Everyone, thanks for listening.
It has been. I've been having a great time.
Back.
Lovely to see you.
Next couple episodes will be lovely to see you. Next couple episodes will be dropping in December, because we'll be crazily at the end of the year. Me and Joe will be joining Ed next week. So by the time next episode comes, we would have done our Christmas horror, which I think I worked out was like 9 years running. I thought it was year 10.
I thought this, like, shall I bring the Zoom mic and shall we do a Christmas horror podcast?
You've said this a couple of times and we've never done it. If you can bring it, I don't think we'll do it because it's just going to be long-winded.
I think we can literally pause it and then just after every film, chat for 10 minutes.
We could do, but we won't be close enough to do it. We're quite far away. Sarah won't. Well, I see. I mean, I think I've told you to bring it every time anyway, and we've not ended up using it, but there's no harm in sticking
Well, I'll
back,
keep with my tradition.
See. But we are doing our tradition of Christmas horror next week, where we sit down and watch Christmas-based horror movies all day and get really high, so I'm really looking forward to it. A timely tradition. To everyone here, thanks for listening. Please send us geese drops. We need some more. Thanks for listening, everyone. I have been Greg, fingers in the right hole, Armstrong.
And I've been Joe Preserved Cum Jackson.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Bye, Indiana.
Bye.
The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Podnose, the UK's leading independent entertainment podcasting network. For episode archives of the All Seeing Guys and all of the shows on the network, visit us at www.podnose.com. You can also follow us on Twitter via @podnose or send us an email via admin@podnose.com.